Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your kind address on the occasion of this function. May I now request the Honorable Minister of State of Parliamentary Affairs, External Affairs, Government of India, Sri V. Muralidharanji, to address the function.
Governor of Kerala, Sri Arif Muhammad Khanji, Honorable Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways and MSME, Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, കേരളത്തിന്റെ ബഹുമാന്യനായിട്ടുള്ള മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി ശ്രീ പിണറായി വിജയൻ അവർകൾ, my colleague, Honorable Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, General Dr. V.K. Singh ji, കേരളത്തിന്റെ PWD രജിസ്ട്രേഷൻ വകുപ്പിന്റെ ചുമതല വഹിക്കുന്ന ബഹുമാന്യനായിട്ടുള്ള മന്ത്രി ശ്രീ ജി സുധാകരൻ അവർകൾ, ശ്രീ I.K. പാണ്ഡെ, ഡയറക്ടർ ജനറൽ മിനിസ്ട്രി ഓഫ് റോഡ് ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് ആൻഡ് ഹൈവേസ്, ബഹുമാന്യരായിട്ടുള്ള സംസ്ഥാന മന്ത്രിമാർ, പാർലമെന്റ് അംഗങ്ങൾ, MLA മാർ, മാധ്യമ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾ, മറ്റ് സഹോദരി സഹോദരന്മാർ, എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ നമസ്കാരം. കേരളത്തിന്റെ വികസനത്തിൽ ഒരു നാഴികക്കല്ലാകാൻ പോകുന്ന ഒരു ചടങ്ങിനാണ് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും സാക്ഷ്യം വഹിക്കുന്നത്. കേരളത്തിന്റെ വികസനത്തിൽ നരേന്ദ്രമോദി സർക്കാരിന്റെ പ്രതിബദ്ധത കൂടി വ്യക്തമാക്കുന്നതാണ് ഇന്ന് ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്ന ദേശീയപാതയും അതോടൊപ്പം നിർമ്മാണം ആരംഭിക്കുന്ന പദ്ധതികളും. സഹകരണ ഫെഡറലിസം എന്നുള്ള ആശയം മുറുകെ പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ആ ആശയത്തിന്റെ വക്താക്കളായിട്ട് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്ന സർക്കാരാണ് നരേന്ദ്രമോദിജിയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള സർക്കാർ. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ വിവിധ സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലെ പശ്ചാത്തല വികസന മേഖലയിൽ നരേന്ദ്രമോദിജിയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള സർക്കാർ പ്രത്യേക ശ്രദ്ധ പതിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയുന്ന കാര്യമാണ്. ഈ അടുത്ത ദിവസങ്ങളിൽ ഹിമാചൽ പ്രദേശിൽ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ട അടൽ ടണൽ ഒരു കാലത്ത് പ്രതിവർഷം 300 മീറ്റർ മാത്രം ജോലി നടന്നിരുന്ന, പ്രവൃത്തി നിർമ്മാണം നടന്നിരുന്ന ടണൽ നരേന്ദ്രമോദി സർക്കാർ ഭരണമേറ്റെടുത്തതിന് ശേഷം പ്രതിവർഷം 1400 മീറ്റർ പ്രവൃത്തി നടക്കുകയും 26 വർഷം കൊണ്ട് പൂർത്തിയാകുമെന്ന് മുൻകൂട്ടി കണ്ടിരുന്ന പദ്ധതി, അങ്ങനെ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കപ്പെട്ടിരുന്ന പദ്ധതി 6 വർഷം കൊണ്ട് പൂർത്തിയാക്കുകയും ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സാഹചര്യം, ഒരു പശ്ചാത്തലം നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. ഇതേ ഒരു വീക്ഷണം മുന്നോട്ട് വെച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇന്ന് പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയുടെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ കേരളം ഉൾപ്പെടെയുള്ള സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിൽ പശ്ചാത്തല വികസനത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള പദ്ധതികൾ നടപ്പിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, who has always given special attention to the infrastructure development in the state of Kerala. Sir, the highway project that is being dedicated to the nation and the new projects that are being initiated today will fulfill the long-standing demand of the people of Kerala. I am sure these projects will be game changers in promoting ease of travel both within the Kerala state as well as between Kerala and the neighboring state. I would take this opportunity to profusely thank you and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for conceptualizing and implementing these projects in Kerala. സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം സന്തോഷകരമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ദിവസം. നേരത്തെ സൂചിപ്പിച്ചതുപോലെ 12,692 കോടി രൂപ ചിലവ് വരുന്ന പദ്ധതികൾ, 7 പദ്ധതികളുടെ നിർമ്മാണ ഉദ്ഘാടനവും ഒരു പദ്ധതിയുടെ ഔപചാരികമായിട്ടുള്ള രാഷ്ട്രത്തിന് സമർപ്പിക്കുന്ന ചടങ്ങും ഇതാണ് ഇന്ന് നടക്കുന്നത്. 26.78 കിലോമീറ്റർ വരുന്ന കഴക്കൂട്ടം മുക്കാല ബൈപ്പാസ് 1121 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ബൈപ്പാസിന്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടന ചടങ്ങിൽ, നിർമ്മാണം ആരംഭിക്കുന്ന ചടങ്ങിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാനുള്ള അവസരം കൂടി എനിക്കുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. In 2015, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji had personally come to start the construction of the work of the Kadakotam Mukkala bypass. And during that period, I remember during that occasion, we had submitted a request to the Honorable Minister for extending that and construction of a flyover. And I would like to thank you, to take this opportunity to thank you for sanctioning that and starting the work in 2019, which I am told that it will be completed in 24 months. This is a flyover which is 2.72 kilometers long, which connects the Techno Park, where thousands of software professionals are working. That Techno Park will be connected to the highway. So this will be a big boost for the industrialization, for the economic development of Kerala and especially of Trivandrum. കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം ഈ ഉദ്ഘാടന ചടങ്ങ് കേരളത്തിലെ ജനങ്ങളുടെ ജീവിത നിലവാരത്തിന്റെയും ജനക്ഷേമത്തിന്റെയും മാനദണ്ഡമായിട്ട് കണക്കാക്കപ്പെടുന്നതാണ് ഗതാഗത സൗകര്യങ്ങൾ. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഈ പദ്ധതികൾ കേരളത്തിന്റെ യാത്രാ സൗകര്യം വർദ്ധിപ്പിക്കുക എന്നതിനപ്പുറത്ത് കേരളത്തിന്റെ സാമൂഹ്യ പുരോഗതിയിലും വലിയ പങ്ക് വഹിക്കും എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ എനിക്ക് സംശയമില്ല. കേരളത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം എല്ലായ്പ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ നേരിടുന്ന ഒരു വെല്ലുവിളിയാണ് ഒരു ഓൾ വെതർ റോഡ്, എല്ലാ കാലാവസ്ഥയിലും ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന റോഡുകൾ. ആ കാര്യത്തിലും ഈ പദ്ധതി വലിയ ഒരു മുന്നേറ്റമാണ് കൈവരിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിലും എനിക്ക് സംശയമില്ല. ഇതിൽ കടക്കൂട്ടം മുക്കോല ബൈപ്പാസിന്റെ ഉദ്ഘാടനത്തോടൊപ്പം വടക്കൻ കേരളത്തിൽ തലപ്പാടി തൊട്ട് മുഴപ്പിലങ്ങാട് വരെയുള്ള കേരളത്തിന്റെ അതിർത്തി തൊട്ട് മുഴപ്പിലങ്ങാട് വരെയുള്ള പ്രദേശത്ത് ഏതാണ്ട് 9,500 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവ് വരുന്ന പദ്ധതിയാണ് അവിടെ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്നത്, പ്രവൃത്തി ആരംഭിക്കുന്നത്. അതോടൊപ്പം കോഴിക്കോട്ടെ 2 പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട പാലങ്ങൾ, മൂടാടിയും പാലോളിപ്പാലവും, അത് 6 വരി പാതയാകുന്നു. കോഴിക്കോട് ബൈപ്പാസ് 28 കിലോമീറ്റർ അതിന്റെ നിർമ്മാണം നടക്കുന്നു. അതോടൊപ്പം മലയോര മേഖലയായിട്ടുള്ള ഇടുക്കിയിൽ ചെറുതോടിയിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കപ്പെടുന്ന പാലം, ഇതെല്ലാം തന്നെ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും കേരളത്തിന്റെ എല്ലാ മേഖലകളെയും സ്പർശിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ആ മുഴുവൻ മേഖലകളുടെയും വികസനത്തിന് പര്യാപ്തമായിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. I would like to conclude by once again expressing my heartfelt thanks to Shri Nitin Gadkari ji and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for various national highway projects inaugurated and announced today, in spite of the difficulties presented by the COVID-19 pandemic. As I conclude, I would also like to extend my gratitude to my colleague, Dr. V.K. Singh ji, Honorable Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, and congratulate the entire team of officials of National Highway Authority of India involved in these projects. Jai Hind. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you, sir, for your kind address. Today, foundation stone laying and dedication to the nation of 8 national highway projects worth rupees 12,692 crores of 204 kilometer length is to be done by the Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, MSME, Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, in august presence of Sri Arif Muhammad Khan ji, Governor Kerala, and the function is presided by Sri Pinarayi Vijayan ji, Chief Minister Kerala. The guest of honor is General Dr. V.K. Singh ji, Union Minister of State for Road Transport and Highways, Sri V. Muralidharan ji, Union Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs, Sri G. Sudhakaran ji, Minister of Public Works Department and Registration, Government of Kerala. Now, I request the Honorable Minister, Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, to unveil the plaque for dedication to nation and foundation. This will be followed by a short screening of a short film on the projects.
Kerala is a nature's visual delight and an ultimate destination of peace and tranquility. The Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, made a strategic vision to rebuild the state, and it became the mission of the Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways, Government of India, Shri Nitin Gadkari ji. NH 66, erstwhile NH 47 and 17, also known as Coastal Road, is the lifeline of Kerala. It connects Karnataka in the north to Tamil Nadu in the south. Under Bharatmala Pariyojana, there is a plan to upgrade this highway to 4 and 6 lane. On this historic day, 27-kilometer 4-lane stretch of NH 66 between Kazakuttam to Mokola, costing rupees 1,121 crore, is being dedicated to the nation. Today, there are 7 projects for Bhumi Pujan covering 177 kilometers. 6 laning of NH 66 at an aggregate cost of rupees 11,571 crore. This figure includes land acquisition cost of rupees 4,316 crore. The following projects are proposed for Bhumi Pujan: 39-kilometer stretch between Talapadi to Changla, 37.27 kilometer between Changala to Nelishwaram, 40.11 kilometer between Perol to Taliparamba, 29.95 kilometers between Taliparamba to Malapilangad. Besides construction of 6-lane bridge at Paloli Palam and Murad, along with allied works stretching over 2.1 kilometer in Vatakara area, and 28.4 kilometer long Kozhikode bypass. The flood's cruel fury inflicted the maximum damage to the Idukki district of Kerala. The old Cheruthoni submersible bridge was damaged and approaches were completely washed off. Due to this, the highway was closed for a period of 2 weeks. To give it an all-weather connectivity, a high-level bridge over Cheruthoni River at an average height of 8 meters is envisaged, having 120-meter long bridge with 90-meter approaches on either side at a total cost of rupees 23.87 crores. The development of NH 66 in 4 and 6 lane will provide better connectivity of road network from major towns, Kozhikode, Kochi and Thiruvananthapuram of Kerala state. Besides, DPR is being prepared for the development of 160 km of NH 85 from Theni to Cochin, part of Tuticorin Cochin Economic Corridor, 74.6 km of NH 744 from Shen-Gottai to Kollam, part of Madurai-Kollam Inter-Corridor route, 123 km of NH 966 from Kozhikode to Palakkad Inter-Corridor route, and 146.4 km from Kutta Malappuram, part of Bangalore-Malappuram Economic Corridor under Bharatmala Pariyojana. Further, DPR for 11 port connectivity roads having a length of 119 kilometers has been taken up under Bharatmala Sagarmala Pariyojana. These projects are the backbone of Kerala and it will provide north-south, east-west connectivity. It will also decongest traffic and reduce fuel cost, give better interstate connectivity, decrease transportation downtime, give big boost to economic prosperity, open opportunities for agriculture, fishery and spices sector, generate employment and self-employment, and give phenomenal boost to tourism. With these projects, the story of Kerala will be from resurgence to growth and prosperity.
Thank you, sir, for unveiling of the plaque for dedication to nation and foundation stone laying of 8 NH projects. Now may I request Honorable Chief Minister Kerala, Sri Pinarayi Vijayanji, to make his address.
സഹോദരീ സഹോദരന്മാരെ, നമ്മുടെ സംസ്ഥാനത്തിൻ്റെ അടിസ്ഥാന സൗകര്യ വികസനത്തിൽ നാഴികക്കല്ലായി മാറാൻ പോകുന്ന ഒരു ചടങ്ങിലാണ് നാം എല്ലാം സംബന്ധിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഈ ചടങ്ങിന് ഇക്കാര്യത്തിൽ എല്ലാ ഘട്ടത്തിലും ആവശ്യമായ പ്രോത്സാഹനവും പിന്തുണയും നൽകിയ ശ്രീ നിതിൻ ഗഡ്കരിജി കേന്ദ്രമന്ത്രി എത്തിച്ചേർന്നത് നമുക്കെല്ലാം സന്തോഷം പകരുന്ന കാര്യമാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ആദരണീയനായ ഗവർണർ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാന്റെ സാന്നിധ്യവും നമുക്ക് സന്തോഷം പകരുന്നതാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കേന്ദ്ര മന്ത്രിമാരായ ശ്രീ വി കെ സിംഗ്ജിയും ശ്രീ വി മുരളീധരൻ അവர்களுം ഇവിടെ എത്തിയെന്നതും നമുക്ക് സന്തോഷകരമായ കാര്യമാണ്. ദേശീയപാത വികസനത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി കഴക്കൂട്ടം മുക്കോല ദേശീയപാതയുടെ ഉദ്ഘാടനവും മറ്റ് 7 1121 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവഴിച്ച പൂർത്തിയാക്കിയത്. തമിഴ്നാട് അതിർത്തിയുമായി കേരളത്തെ ബന്ധിപ്പിക്കുന്ന 43 കിലോമീറ്റർ നീളമുള്ള കഴക്കൂട്ടം കാരോട് ബൈപ്പാസിന്റെ ആദ്യഘട്ടം ഇതോടെ ഗതാഗത യോഗ്യമാവുകയാണ്. തിരുവനന്തപുരം വിമാനത്താവളം, വിഴിഞ്ഞം തുറമുഖം, പ്രധാന ടൂറിസ്റ്റ് കേന്ദ്രങ്ങളായ കോവളം ബീച്ച്, ശംഖുമുഖം ഇവിടങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എല്ലാമുള്ള യാത്ര ഇത് സുഗമമാക്കും. ഇതോടൊപ്പം 11,571 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിന്റെ 6 റീച്ചുകളുടെ ഉദ്ഘാടനവും നടന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇന്ന് നിർമ്മാണം ആരംഭിക്കുന്ന 6 വരി പാതകളാണ്. ഹൈവേകളെല്ലാം 1980 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന കാസർഗോഡ് ജില്ലയിലെ 1746 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന ചെങ്ങള നീലേശ്വരം ഹൈവേ, 3042 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന നീലേശ്വരം തളിപ്പറമ്പ് ഹൈവേ, 2715 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന തളിപ്പറമ്പ് മുഴപ്പിലങ്ങാട് ഹൈവേ, 1853 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന കോഴിക്കോട് ബൈപ്പാസ്, 210 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിൽ നിർമ്മിക്കുന്ന പാലോളി മൂരാട് പാലങ്ങൾ, ഇവയെല്ലാമാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ പദ്ധതിയിൽ ഉൾപ്പെടുന്നത്. ഇവയെല്ലാം ദേശീയപാത വികസനത്തെ ത്വരിതപ്പെടുത്തുന്ന പ്രധാന പദ്ധതികളാണെന്ന് പ്രത്യേകം പറയേണ്ടതില്ല. ഇതോടൊപ്പം ഇടുക്കി നിവാസികൾക്ക് ഏറെ ആഹ്ലാദം പകരുന്ന ഒന്നാണ് ചെറുതോണി പാലത്തിന്റെ പുനർനിർമ്മാണം. 24 കോടി രൂപ ചെലവിലാണ് ചെറുതോണിപ്പുഴക്ക് കുറുകെ ടൗണിൽ പാലം നിർമ്മിക്കുന്നത്. വലിയ പ്രളയത്തെ അതിജീവിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നതും ഇടുക്കി ഡാമിൽ നിന്നുള്ള അധിക അളവ് ജലം ഒഴുക്കിവിടാൻ കഴിയുന്നതുമായ വിധത്തിലാണ് പുതിയ പാലം രൂപകൽപ്പന ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. 18 മാസം കൊണ്ട് നിർമ്മാണം പൂർത്തിയാകുമെന്നാണ് പ്രതീക്ഷ. എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാവുന്നതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ ദേശീയപാത അതോറിറ്റി ഒരു ഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഈ സംസ്ഥാനത്ത് ദേശീയപാത വികസിപ്പിക്കാൻ കഴിയില്ല എന്ന് കണക്കാക്കി പിന്മാറിയിരുന്നു. അത്തരമൊരു അനിശ്ചിതത്വം നിലനിന്നൊരു കാര്യമാണ് നമുക്ക് ഇന്നത്തെ ഈ അവസ്ഥയിലേക്ക് എത്തിക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. വിജ്ഞാപന കാലാവധി അവസാനിച്ച് തുടർ നടപടി അനിശ്ചിതമായതിനെ തുടർന്നായിരുന്നു ദേശീയപാത അതോറിറ്റി പിന്മാറിയത്. പക്ഷേ നമുക്ക് പിന്മാറാൻ കഴിയുമായിരുന്നില്ല. കാരണം കേരളത്തിലെ ദേശീയപാത എന്നത് അത് ദേശീയപാതയുടെ സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡിലല്ല എന്നത് പല പ്രദേശങ്ങളിലും നമുക്കറിയാവുന്നതാണ്. മാത്രമല്ല, കേരളത്തിൽ വികസിച്ചു വരുന്ന ആവശ്യങ്ങൾ അത് നിറവേറ്റണമെങ്കിൽ കാലാനുസൃതമായ ദേശീയപാത വികസനം നടക്കണമായിരുന്നു. ഇക്കാര്യത്തിൽ കേന്ദ്ര സർക്കാരിനെ ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടപ്പോൾ നേരത്തെ ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞു, പ്രധാനമന്ത്രിയെയും അതേപോലെ തന്നെ കേന്ദ്രമന്ത്രി ശ്രീ നിതിൻ ഗഡ്കരിജിയെയും പലവട്ടം കണ്ടിരുന്നു. ആ ഘട്ടത്തിലെല്ലാം കേന്ദ്ര ഉപരിതല ഗതാഗത മന്ത്രി ശ്രീ നിതിൻ ഗഡ്കരിജി വലിയ പിന്തുണയാണ് ഈ പദ്ധതി യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാക്കുന്നതിന് നൽകിയത്. സ്വാഭാവികമായി ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ചില പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഉയർന്നു വന്നപ്പോൾ അവയെല്ലാം പരിഹരിക്കുന്നതിന് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ സ്വസിദ്ധമായ ശൈലിയിൽ ഇടപെട്ടതും ഞങ്ങളുടെ സാന്നിധ്യത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഇടപെട്ടതും പരിഹാരം കണ്ടതുമൊക്കെ ഞാൻ ഈ ഘട്ടത്തിൽ ഓർക്കുകയാണ്. ഏതായാലും ദേശീയപാത അതോറിറ്റി അലൈൻമെന്റുകൾക്ക് അന്തിമ രൂപം നൽകുകയും സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാർ ഭൂമി ഏറ്റെടുക്കൽ നടപടി ത്വരിതപ്പെടുത്തുകയും ചെയ്തു. ഏറ്റെടുക്കാൻ കഴിയില്ല എന്ന് കണക്കാക്കിയ ഭൂമി നാട്ടുകാരുടെ എല്ലാ സഹകരണത്തോടെ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റെടുക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നു എന്നതാണ് ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ പ്രത്യേകത. ഇതിന് വിപുലമായ സംവിധാനങ്ങളാണ് ഇവിടെ ഒരുക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഏറ്റെടുക്കൽ പ്രക്രിയ ഏകോപിപ്പിക്കാനും ത്വരിതപ്പെടുത്താനുമായി സംസ്ഥാന തലത്തിൽ, ജില്ലാ തലത്തിൽ പ്രത്യേകം ഓഫീസുകളുണ്ട്. ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് സ്വീകാര്യമായ നഷ്ടപരിഹാര പുനരധിവാസ പാക്കേജുകൾ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കാനായി, അലൈൻമെന്റിൽ സുതാര്യത ഉറപ്പുവരുത്താനായി, ഇങ്ങനെ ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥ തലത്തിലും ഭരണതലത്തിലും ഓരോ ഘട്ടത്തിലും നടത്തിയ സൂക്ഷ്മമായ ഇടപെടലാണ് ഈ പദ്ധതി ഇത്ര വേഗം യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാക്കുന്നതിന് വഴി തെളിയിച്ചത്. എന്നാൽ നിതിൻ ഗഡ്കരിജിയെ പോലുള്ള ഒരു മന്ത്രി കേന്ദ്രത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ഇപ്പോഴും യാഥാർത്ഥ്യമാകുമായിരുന്നോ എന്ന സംശയം സ്വാഭാവികമായും നിലനിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കാരണം ചില തടസ്സങ്ങൾ വന്നപ്പോൾ ഇടപെട്ട് പരിഹരിച്ചത് ഓർമ്മിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാനത് പറയുന്നത്. ഏതായാലും ഈ ഘട്ടത്തിൽ മറ്റു ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൂടി അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കൂടി മനസ്സിലാക്കേണ്ടത് കൊണ്ട് ഒരു ഭാഷാ മാറ്റത്തിലൂടെ അവതരിപ്പിക്കാനാണ് ഞാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. Let me take the liberty to bring certain requests of the state to the notice of Sri Nitin Gadkariji, the Honorable Union Minister, who has always been considerate to our state. The total project cost of developing NH 66 in the state by upgrading it to 4 and 6 lane is approximately rupees 45,000 crores, including the anticipated land acquisition cost of rupees 21,000 crores. Kerala is the only state which has agreed to bear 25% of the land acquisition cost for the upgradation of national highways. Accordingly, the state government has transferred rupees 452 crores to National Highway Authority of India and competent authority land acquisition units till now after signing MOU. The NH 66 upgradation work, which stretches about 568 kilometers in the state, is divided into 17 packages. I would request that the remaining 9 packages should also be awarded in this financial year itself. The insistence of the Government of India for meeting 50% of land acquisition cost for ring roads and 100% in case of port connectivity roads, in effect, passes the chunk of the financial commitment to the state, where land acquisition cost is more than 50% of project cost. Recently, guidelines have been circulated for value capture financing through additional 1% stamp duty, 10% land use charge, and 10% development charge within 1 kilometer of such greenfield roads by state governments, and also to pay 25% of land acquisition cost. We request that if the states are opting for value capture financing, then additional burden of meeting 25% of the land acquisition cost should be removed from the guidelines and be made applicable for the ring road from Vizhinjam to Paripalli as well. Despite having the highest road density in the country, Kerala has comparatively lesser proportion under national highways. To rectify this anomaly, it is essential that detailed project reports submitted for the 12 road stretches consisting of 475 kilometers are approved by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. They had already been declared as national highway in principle by the ministry, subject to the outcome of feasibility study and detailed project report preparation. Let me conclude with the hope that the Union Minister will consider our requests positively. മറ്റ് കൂടുതൽ കാര്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ഞാൻ കടക്കുന്നില്ല. നമുക്കെല്ലാവർക്കും സന്തോഷം പകരുന്ന ഈ ചടങ്ങിൽ എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും ഈ ഘട്ടത്തിൽ നന്ദി കൂടി അറിയിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എൻ്റെ സ്നേഹാഭിവാദനം.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and address to the function. Now, may I request Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways and MSME, Sri Nitin Gadkari ji, to make his address.
Honorable Arif Mohammad Khan ji, Honorable Governor of Kerala, Honorable Chief Minister, my respectable friend, Sri Pinarayi Vijayan ji, my colleague, Cabinet colleague, Honorable Minister, Sri V. Muralidharan ji, my colleague in my ministry, Honorable General Dr. V.K. Singh ji, Sri G. Sudhakaran ji, Honorable all Member of Parliaments, Honorable Ministers of Kerala, particularly the PWD Minister, and other ministers, MLAs, officials, and central and state government officers. It is really a pleasure for me that today we are inaugurating a very, very important road that is related with the capital of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram, that is the bypass, which is very important. Actually, Kerala is one of the important state, and our government has decided to giving highest priority for development of infrastructure in Kerala. But unfortunately, the land acquisition cost in Kerala is the highest in the country. In the cost of the project, if the 100 rupees is the cost of construction, we have to give at least 90 to 95 rupees or sometime 100 rupees for cost of land acquisition. And that was a big problem. But I am very much thankful to Honorable Chief Minister that with his kind cooperation, we have already found out lot of way outs from the problems, and now we are proceeding further. Regarding the value capture, already the Kerala government has taken a decision. It's really a pleasure for me. I am giving my special thanks to Honorable Chief Minister for taking this decision by which we can reduce the cost. At the same time, duty is also important, and he has taken a decision for that. Sir, again, one of the requests to you is for aggregate we have to pay the royalty, and that is the notional loss. If we make the road, then we have to pay the royalty for that. So in the interest of the Kerala, the royalty is also one of the important issue for sand and for aggregate. And the second important thing is regarding steel and cement. the GST is there. So my suggestion is, by overall package, if you can prepare by reducing, by giving exemption to particularly stamp duty, then giving concession, or even for the cost royalty free for aggregate and for sand, and also the GST part of the state government, if you exempt it on steel and cement, that will also very helpful to Kerala, where we can reduce the cost of bypass. My suggestion is, my health is good. In the next week I am going to Delhi. So 100% when you have time, you come to Delhi with your officers. We will again sit and discuss the issue, and we will find out the way out. First of all, we are very much committed for progress and development in Kerala. As far as the national highway in Kerala is concerned, is presently 1,782 kilometers, and the expenditure on construction of NHS during 14 to 20 is rupees 3,820 crores. The total length of constructed during 14-20 is 448 kilometer, an increase in of 569% from 2009 and up to 14. Expenditure on development of NHN in Kerala, the 50 projects with an aggregate length of 828 kilometer for an amount of rupees 8,032 crore have been awarded during 2014 to 2020. The 30 projects with an aggregate length of 549 kilometer for an amount of rupees 5,327 crore are under implementation, and work costing rupees 19,800 crore are targeted for completion before 2024. Project likely to be completed during current financial year, that is 2021. The total project, 8 projects, length is 210 kilometer, and the cost involved is 965 crore. The project's name are construction of Alappuzha bypass from Komodi to Kalarkod, that is on NH 66. The length is 6.80 kilometer, and the sanction cost is 348 crores. The 98.6% work has already completed, and I promise you that before 30/11/2020 we will complete this work and we will inaugurate. The second project is 183A National Highway, that is strengthening from Irumeli to Mudakkayam, is 13.60 kilometer. The sanction cost is 19 crore. 92% physical progress, already work is completed, and this work will completed 30/10/2020 before that. The third project is on NH 744, that is improvements from Panalur to Kotavasal, length is 36.25 kilometer, cost is 45.96 crore, 90% physical progress is there, and this work will be completed within 6/11/2020. The strengthening from Kalapetta to Mutanga, Kerala Karnataka border, the length is 41.60 kilometer. The cost is something 56 crore. 45% work is completed, and we will complete this project on 27/2/2021. The fifth project is Bodimettur to Munnar, 2-lane with paved shoulder. The cost is, the length kilometer is 41.78 kilometer. The sanction cost is 381 crore. 70% work has already completed, and the date of completion is 31/12/2020. The sixth project is on NH 85, strengthening of Irapullam Kakadesari, from Irapullam to Kakadesari. The length is 46.53 kilometer. Cost is 83 crore. 78% work has been completed, and I promise you that we will complete it before December 2020. improvements from Manakakurji to Ajimodu, that is 10.10 kilometer, the highway number is 193, cost is 16 crore, 45% work is completed and date of completion is 26/2/2021. Improvement is Matakuzi Kundanur, Kannur. This is length is 12.6 kilometer. The cost is 18 crore, 45% work has completed and we will complete this work before end of December 2020. So this total 8 project, a kilometer length 210 kilometer and cost is 1000 crore approximately. So this project are going to complete within 2-3 months. And this is again we can make the inauguration for this 8 project. The one thing which as far as the Chief Minister who suggesting me about the new projects awarded, I am now going to declare which are the new projects we are going to start as early as possible. Projects awarded during current 2021. These are the 7 projects. The length is 264 kilometer and the cost is 14,155 crores. The project is, number 1 project is 6 laning of Thalapadi to Chengla section under Bharatmala Pariyojana. The length is 39 kilometer and cost is 2,000 crore. The financial bid is open and within month or a month, 2 months, we will start this project with fast track. The second project is 6 laning of Chengla to Nileshwaram section under Bharatmala Pariyojana. That is length is 38 kilometer and cost is 1800 crore. Financial bid is open. Again we will start this work within a month. The third project is 6 laning of Nileshwaram to Thaliparamba section under Bharatmala Pariyojana. That is of 40.11 kilometer. The cost is 3,100 crore. Financial bid is open and we will start this project within a month. The 6th laning of Thalipurumba to Muzaffarnagar section under 6th laning of this project. The project is of 30 kilometers. The cost is 2,800 crore. Financial bid is open. Again we will start within a month this project. The 5th project is 6 laning of Aziayur to Vengalam section under Bharatmala Pariyojana is 40.80 kilometer. The cost of the project is 1300 crore. Bids invited and land acquisition status is 3G is pending. I will request Honorable Chief Minister to take the review for this and make it the land available as early as possible. The possession of pending land is 108.24 hectare. So if you can complete it, we will immediately start this project because the bids are already invited and my request is to make the arrangement for acquisition of land. Immediately it will start this project. The other project is 4 to 6 laning of Ramankutra to Valanchery of 40 kilometer. The cost of the project is 1800 crore. The DPR is in final stage, proposed to be awarded in this year. Land acquisition status is 3G is pending for 113.81 hectare. Possession is pending for 113.81 hectare. Sir, my suggestion to Honorable Chief Minister to take the review for this and make the land acquisition as early as possible. I will sure that immediately we will go for the tender and this project will start. The 4 to 6 laning of Valanchery to Capricard is 37 kilometer. The cost of the project is 1600 crore. DPR is in final stage and proposed to be awarded in this year. Again here the land acquisition status is 3G is pending in 81.10 hectare and possession pending is in 90.42 hectare. My suggestion is these are important projects, and one thing which I always recognize about the Chief Minister and his government, when he taken a charge, particularly in the land acquisition by special initiative, he resolved the issue and I am very much thankful for him for resolving the issue. My suggestion is if you can take initiative in it, you call our officers and concerning authorities of NHI and ministry. They will come to your office and they will resolve, they will cooperate you. My suggestion is the 7 number of projects that cost is involved up to is approximately 14,500 crore and the length is 6 laning length is of 264 kilometers. This is really very much important for Kerala. I am 100% giving you the promise that next financial year 100% we will start all the projects, and only the condition is my request to you that you exploit the land acquisition and make it available. It can be a great thing for Kerala because the 6 laning projects are very important. About the PWD works through ministry, the 9 projects, the length 150 kilometer, cost is 278 crore, and these projects are also awarded. The strengthening and geometric improvements from Kadaj Puja to Kolhapur, that is of 30 crore. I have got the list of it, the 278 crore, and total the this project, 9 projects, and the length is length is 414 kilometer, and the cost included of this project is again 14,500 crore. Already some of the works are awarded, some of the included in annual plan, and that is also giving a good help to Kerala as far as development of infrastructure is concerned. The projects which are under DPR also, where my request is that if you can start the land acquisition at the simultaneously, then again it can reduce the cost. The NH has 9 projects of NH 66 are in DPR advanced stage, having a length of 373 kilometer, and the expected civil cost is 14,300 crore. Here also the DPRs are going on. My suggestion is at the same time, if you can start the land acquisition, that can reduce the time. Out of these 9 projects, 3 projects having a length of 117.83 kilometer with financial implication of rupees 4,671.18 crore are in planning to award this financial year. Sir, my suggestion is if you can make the land acquisition process fast, we can award these projects. In addition to 7 projects having a length of 847.44 kilometer is included in Bharatmala Pariyojana scheme, and all DPRs are in inception stage in the state of Kerala. 1 project of NH 66 having a length of 13 kilometer, existing 4-lane road are in planning to develop as a 6-lane elevated highway from Arur to Thuruvir Thiku. So that project is also very important, and we are also working on that. Now the 17 works which has already the bids are invited, that is Azure Vengulam of 1300 crore, Raman Kutkura to start Velachery bypass, that is of 2000 crore, the DPR is final stage. Start of Velachery bypass, that is of 1600 crore, DPR is in final stage. These projects are already going. The above projects are the backbone of Kerala, and it will provide east-west connectivity to the state of Kerala. NH 85 connect Ernakulam, Muvattapuja, Kothamangalam, Munnar, Devikulam, Thenai, etc. NH 744 connect Kolam, Kundara, Kotakuru, Panaluru, Thenamalu and Shegoti. NH 96 connect Kozhikode, Kondituri, Malappuram, Parintharamallam, Manakkaran and Palakka. The project will give better connectivity from various ports, coastal areas of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka states. Port connectivity projects are very important. The projects for DPR in the state of Kerala for the port connectivity, the 11 port connectivity projects having a length of 119 kilometer is in the state of Kerala, is planning to widen under Bharatmala accordingly. The bids are invited for engaging DPR consultant. That is Azikal Port, proposed NH bypass and widening of 2 km, 13 km length. Location port is Azikal, district Kannur. Bids invited for package number 1 of 81 km. Azikal to Puthuvallapallu, that is 14 kilometer, that is Azikul, Kannur district. Payambalam to Azikul, that is 12 kilometer, Azikut location port and Kannur district. Development of riverside port to Bipur port, that is Bipur port, that is Kazikode. Then Mudiam beach to Madura, that is 12 kilometer, Bipur, location port is Bipur, that is Kazikode, Bazar. Then Madura Bazar to Chulikkad, that is 10 kilometer, Bipur, Kozhikode. Bipur port connectivity to Mallambar via beach, 18 kilometer, Bipur, Kozhikode. And then Pariya Kotrungora to Allappuzha bypass, 14 kilometer, Allappuzha bid invited. Allappuzha bypass intersection, that is also the bids are invited. Fort Vipin to Mustifed tourist office, 9 kilometer, Kochi, Ernakulam, already the bids are invited. Widening of road connectivity to Kolam part 2 NH, 3 kilometer, Kolam, that is 119 kilometer for port we are doing it. The DPR in progress for 7 projects of length of 470 crore, cost 3,780 crore. Already it is on the big process. This is the, I got the list of Bharatmala Pariyojana, in the line with the Honorable Prime Minister's vision for New India development of world-class transport infrastructure has been prioritized through initiatives such as Bharatmala Pariyojana, India's largest ever infrastructure development program. 35,000 kilometers of national highway are being developed as a part of Bharatmala Pariyojana in the country. Out of this, 1,234 kilometers of national highway are being developed as a part of Bharatmala Pariyojana in the Kerala state. In addition to 119 kilometers of port connected roads are planning to upgrade under Bharatmala and Sagarmala scheme. I remember when I was Minister for Ports and Shipping, I have also worked lot of works in Kerala with the Sagarmala. The Sagarmala and Bharatmala are the two important growth engine for particularly the states where the ports are there. The many flagship corridors such as Delhi-Mumbai Express Highway, Delhi-Amritsar-Katra Express Highway, although we are making lot of express highways now, and that is Mumbai-Kanyakumari Economic Corridor. And that is very important. The length of 1,760 kilometers is one such corridor being developed as a part of the Bharatmala Pariyojana, and the corridor improving connectivity to the entire western coast of the country from Mumbai to Kanyakumari will greatly enable to economic prosperity of the region. As a part of the Mumbai-Kanyakumari Economic Corridor, 23 project with a length of 650 kilometers is being developed in the state of Kerala at an investment of rupees 50,000 crore. This is really very important for the Kerala, that as a part of the Mumbai-Kanyakumari Economic Corridor, the 23 projects packages where we have already decided of 650 kilometers is being developed in the state of Kerala, and yet investment of 50,000 crore we are making it. My suggestion to Honorable Chief Minister that call the meeting and see that the land acquisition, utility shifting, environment forest clearance of this project will be clear. I am assure you that we will start this project as early as possible. The corridor traversing the entire length of Kerala from north to south is expected to be the lifeline of Kerala. The corridor improves connectivity to major cities, towns such as Kasargod, Thalassery, Kannur, Kozhikode, Ernakulam, Kochi, Alappuzha, Kolam and Thiruvananthapuram. The today dedication of this project is going on. I am happy to announce that the first of the 23 project, that is the today's we are making it, are Kozhikutam to Mukula of 27 kilometers has been completed at a total investment of 1,121 crore. I am happy to dedicate the project to the people of the state. The works have been sanctioned and construction is being initiated in another 7 projects with the length of 117 kilometers at the investment of 11,571 crore. It includes construction of high-level bridge at Cherutuni River, that is kilometer 32,500, which was damaged, approaches completely washed off due to natural calamities during the southwest monsoon season in Kerala floods in 2018. Regarding CRF work, we have one problem was with the Chief Minister that Kerala state government buses was not giving toll to us. Everywhere in the country, the all state government was paying the toll. So that's why there was some problem. But total sanction of for Kerala of CRF was 2,472.36 crore. Total accrual is 1,338.71 crore. And a total total release till date is 1,190.54 crore. The balance to be is related 143.17 crore is to be released. Honorable Chief Minister, when you come to Delhi, I will release this amount and give it to you and I will clear it. But my request is, before that, transport issue related with the your buses, the bus transport, please resolve it. Again, I will help you. Already that you can convert your buses, diesel buses on CNG. Even you can make bio CNG and you can save at least 50% cost on the fuel. So as a transport minister, I am ready to offer you all type of help for that. So my suggestion is only this request is this. So again, if you need some increase in CRF, when our discussion, we will resolve that issue. The issues likely to be raised by the state government, the land acquisition, already I have suggested you about the Kazikode bypass. Again, when you come to Delhi, on my suggestion and your suggestion, with the both officers from both the Kerala and my ministry, we will find out the way out. I know that the land acquisition cost is the highest in the country in Kerala. But for that reason, my department take the role that we will not construct the road in Kerala. I say no, this is not correct. We need to find out the solution. I am very much positive. With your kind help and cooperation, we will resolve the issue and we will try to resolve the problem of all bypasses in Kerala. The regard delay in completion of Kuthirian tunnel for 6 laning of Vedecheri Thrissur stage. The Kuthirian tunnel is a part of the 6 laning of Vedecheri Thrissur stage. The work was delayed exorbitantly due to reasons like land acquisition in the initial stage, availability of ordinary earth due to intermittent ban of the court geology department and due to the financial crisis of the concessionaries. One major issue was the diversion of forest land near tunnel project. Even though the stage 1 clearance have been obtained, the concessionary is not allowed to do the work. The work is one side, tunnel will completed by 31/12/2020, whereas the work in second tunnel will be completed by 2021. My suggestion to Honorable Chief Minister, please look into this matter and resolve the issue. Today also the Lokarpan of 4 laning of Thiruvananthapuram bypass from Kazikuttam to Mukolla, that is to be Honorable MP Shashi Tharoor from Thiruvananthapuram, many times follow it. He requested me when I was in Thiruvananthapuram about that flyover, the reference which was given by Muralidharanji regarding it is very convenient for IT industry. So already today I am happy that all these things are moving fast, and also I am thankful to Shashi Tharoorji. One of the thing is the 100% the increase in transportation efficiency, decrease transportation cost, enhance the infrastructure development, reduce accidents. Sir, one thing which I will request Honorable Chief Minister regarding the road accidents. The Tamil Nadu government has taken a lot of new initiative by which they reduce the accident by 25%. Sir, my request that with the cooperation of DG of your police and other officers, you plan a policy for how we can reduce the road accidents. Every year, we have in the country 5 lakhs accidents and 1,50,000 deaths. Sir, we have already giving proposal to World Bank and ADB. The 14,000 crore has already sanctioned for that. My suggestion to you, you find out the black spots, accidental spots. Again, I will help you in it. And on the line of Tamil Nadu, if you can make a program, it can be a great achievement for the country and for the state. We have to save the life of the people. I am very much sensitive about it. My special request for you for that, please consider about it. The better connectivity for tourism, which is the heart of the Kerala, for Kovalam beach and Varkala beach also, it's very important. The better connectivity to historical religious places like Padmadananda Swami Temple, Madarde Dev's Church, that is Vetakudu Church, then Bhimapalli Mosque. These are very important. Sir, today we have started a new start for Kerala. These are all 7 programs of Bhumi Pujan. That is also already we are doing it. The benefit of this project is really going to change the scenario in Kerala. Sir, I am always helpful to you, even for bus port. Also my suggestion that you can plan for it on BOT basis. I know that, sir, your ideology is not permitting public-private investment and liberal economics. But the government don't have money. We are facing serious crisis. And for the people convenience, we need to find out some way out. My heart request to you from my heart that if the public-private investment, if you are making ports, we can make bus ports, we can make airports, and there is a really a very, very successful experiment of airport in Cochin. The way in which you have taken decision, really that is one of the important example for all the people in the country. So on the same line, we can make bus port where NHI and my ministry is ready to help you. The air-conditioned bus ports with good toilets and everything, it can give good pleasure to the people of Kerala. Sir, by conversion of your public transport on electricity, on bio-CNG, I am very much helpful, ready to give all type of cooperation from my ministry to you. Sir, we are importing petrol, diesel and crude oil. This is the time for long-term buses we use LNG, and for short-term we will use CNG. And now we can make CNG from rice straw, which is amply available in Kerala. Sir, I am the person who can give you the technology. Once you come to Nagpur, I will invite you. I will show you the experiment. And my request is that I will give all my advice free of charge. At least I am too much ahead with my ministry also. They are also, I know all details and revolutions, new research and successful experiments. And this is going to create more employment potential in Kerala. This is going to give most economic viability to tourism. This is going to reduce the transport cost. Sir, I am giving you 100% confidence that even you can reduce the ticket rate by 35 to 40%, even because by saving of fuel cost and you reduce the pollution. This is the time of progressive approach, and a liberal economic approach for the development is very important. And that is the reason that we are trying to develop our country. We are very much committed for Kerala. We will not discriminate Kerala for any other political reason. I am always very positive and always giving support to you. Either your government is there, even before that, when the Congress government was there, I was always trying to resolve the issue. So regarding the ports, regarding the Cochin shipyard, really these are the success story. So I will 100% giving you promise from my side that whatever the help you need from my ministry, from my department, from myself, I am giving confidence to all member of parliaments who are here, belongs to different political party, your ministers, MLA and all of you, that the Bharat Sarkar, my ministry will support you for the development of Kerala. We will not mix up the politics with it. We will not make any discrimination for that. And we are very positive, very supportive and very cooperative for the development of Kerala. The last request to you regarding the problem related with the land acquisition, forest environment clearance, regarding the cost of land acquisition, we will sit together and we will find out the way out. Regarding the problem related on a state level, my request is already your performance is very good as compared with the previous government. Your own initiative and positive approach is really helpful. And because of that, we are now starting all this project because of your cooperation from your side and from the government side. I am again giving my all thanks to you. And after 15 days, when you come to Delhi, we will meet, prepare the agenda, send it to me, and in the presence of Muralidharan ji and your minister and a member of parliament also, we will take the meeting and we will resolve the issue. My heartily all best wishes to people of Kerala, to you and your all colleagues, and also the all member of parliaments. It is great pleasure and pride for me that today I got opportunity to fulfill their expectations. Now presently the Kerala MPs are not coming to my office because maximum works which they are expecting from me, I resolve the issue. I always telling to my people to Delhi office that no MP need to come to my office. You resolve the issues and solve the issues, that they don't need to come to my office. I am really happy, and today also I am giving my special thanks to Honorable Governor Arif Mohammad Khan ji, who is really my old friend, a very progressive leader, having a very historical stature in the politics of Indian politics. I am giving him my special thanks, and also requesting Honorable Governor, when you will be in Delhi, please come for tea to my house. It will be a great pleasure for me. I am giving you all my best wishes for your good health and for your good efforts for development of Kerala. Once again, thank you very much. Namaskar, and best wishes to all of you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir.
Gadkari ji, I will come and we can sit together.
Thank you, sir, for your kind address on this occasion and bringing out a complete roadmap for development of road and highway and transport infrastructure in the Kerala. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request the roadmap for development of road and highway and Kerala in Sri Transport Mohammad Khan ji to make his address.
बहुमान पेटा श्री नितिन गडकरी, केंद्रीय मंत्री रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट हाईवेज एमएसएमई, बहुमान पेटा पिनराई विजयन जी, मुख्यमंत्री केरला, बहुमान पेटा जनरल वीके सिंह जी, केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री, बहुमान पेटा वी मुरलीधरन जी, विदेशी मामलों के राज्य मंत्री, बहुमान पेटा श्री जी सुधाकरन, पीडब्ल्यूडी मिनिस्टर केरला, श्री आई के पांडे, डायरेक्टर जनरल रोड डेवलपमेंट, श्री आर के पांडे, मेंबर प्रोजेक्ट्स. Thank you very much for your invite and giving me this opportunity to participate in this program organized for dedicating a major highway project in Kerala by Shri Nitin Gadkari ji to the nation, and for starting 7 new national highways projects worth 11,571 crore rupees. I would like to compliment the Union Ministry of Road Transport and Highways for their ambitious road building project, which are essential to enlarge India's road network and to improve the quality of transport. Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari ji is often described as a man of vision and action, which he radiates to the entire units of the ministry. One newspaper in Nagpur recently called him in road Kari. For the road revolution he has initiated throughout India. In our country, most people use roads for travel, and they play incredibly important role in bringing people of various regions of our vast country and foster both our economy and national integration. The national highways take people out of isolation and therefore out of poverty. It is therefore essential to safeguard an industry that is vital to economic growth, social development, prosperity, and ultimately peace, and plays a crucial role in everyone's life by meeting the demand for the sustainable mobility of both people and goods. Today, the PWD of Kerala manages 8 national highways totaling 524 kilometers, all of which are being widened to 2 or 4 lane width. These highways currently carry between 20,000 to 60,000 vehicles per day. In matters of roads, Kerala is slightly different from other states. While our population is less than 3% of the national figure, we are ahead of others in registering new vehicles. More than a year ago, Kerala's vehicular population had crossed 1.10 crore mark, even though there had not been the desired increase in road space. Kerala's PWD, led by Minister Shri G. Sudhakaran, has also been moving at a fast pace in building and maintenance of roads. I would also like to mention about the need to improve the awareness levels of our road users. They need to become more conversant with road markings. Indian ancient wisdom says, Yade vidyeya karoti shraddheyo opnishada tade virya vattaram bhavati. Means whatever is done through knowledge, through expertise, through faith, conviction and devotion becomes truly beneficial. I would like to conclude by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to Shri Nitin Gadkari ji for all these projects you have announced and the project which you have today dedicated, which I am confident will be immensely helpful for the people of Kerala in terms of economic prosperity and for your generous offer to resolve the pending issues, the offer you have made to our Honorable Chief Minister to resolve all pending issues relating to Kerala and innovative suggestions, particularly your offer about sharing the new technology of which you have adequate experience, and I am sure regarding biofuel, and I am confident that Kerala state will take advantage of it and will benefit from it. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.